Hey, it's Jen from Not So Mystical Tarot. This is going to be your reading for Sun, Moon, or Rising sign of Libra for November of 2020. You can find me on Instagram at Not So Mystical Tarot or NotSoMysticalTarot.com if you'd like a personal or a private reading, or if you would like to purchase the Not So Mystical Tarot deck, you may do that there as well. This is a general reading, so you'll want to watch your moon and rising sign for some more information. And if you do not know your moon and rising sign, I will put a link in the description where you can access that information for free. Okay, let's get started, Libras. What do we have for the Libras for November 2020? We have got the Queen of Cups, okay, and the High Priestess, which she's showing up like crazy all through these readings. But the Queen of Cups, Libra, okay, so it looks like when I see the Queen of Cups, I know she's like this nurturer and this amazing person or whatever. But what I see a lot of times when I look, especially in this deck, if you look really closely, when you see her, what do you see? She looks tired to me, okay? This is a month where I feel like, Libra, you have really put yourself out there. You have nurtured, you have cared, you have helped, you have done all those things. And honestly, it's time for some self care. Okay. We're rounding out the end of 2020, which has been a really crazy year, a really stressful year. It's just been really weird. And Libra, I think more than anything, this Queen of Cups is saying it's really time for you to put some of that nurturing and that care toward you. And, oh, let me not light all this on fire. You also have the High Priestess, and the High Priestess is about your intuition. You intuitively already know this. I feel like you, Libra, are kind of at the end of your rope. Like, not like you're going to have like a mental breakdown or anything, but like you've just had enough. Like you've had enough input from other people. You've had enough of other people kind of emotionally like vomiting on you and like being up in your space. Like I just feel like you already know exactly what I'm telling you. Your intuition is running really high. And I hope that you point that intuition in your own direction because, like I said, I really feel like there is some serious self care in order for you this month as well. So, we're going to get a little information. We'll use the Not So Mystical to get a little clarification on this Queen of Cups. What is going on with this Queen of Cups for our Libras? What is happening here? We're talking about definitely some, okay, here we go, some self-care needed. Okay, the card that comes up with this Queen of Cups is the Devil. Now, I don't want you to get all bugged out. It's not like, anything creepy or whatever. But, you can see I get the two people in here that are kind of like, see them, they're like, they're sort of dancing, but this is saying, listen, you may have gotten yourself involved here emotionally in a place you don't belong. Sometimes this Devil card a lot of times can mean that you're like regressing back to a place you don't need to be. So, I mean, you maybe, I don't know, maybe you're toying with going back with an ex. Or going back to a behavior that doesn't suit you, something that you had long abandoned. It can even be so much as like, listen, you're exhausted and emotionally drained and you've nurtured and cared for everybody else. And, you may be feeling like, oh, maybe I'm going to start to self-medicate because, that'll make me feel better. I need this for me. I need to calm down. I need to relax. And you know what? Self-medicating is probably not the way to do that. So it's just saying, don't regress back into old bad habits to try to perform self-care on on yourself. The way that you can care for yourself is to truly care for yourself. And regressing into old bad habits that feel good for a minute are not it's not going to be a thing for you that's going to help you feel good in the long run. Okay, let's get a little bit of information here, a little more information here. Okay, look at this. All right, Libra, you've got the Strength card, which is also symbol for Leo up there, but you've got the Strength card, which says to me, you know what, you've got yourself together, right? Like you have yourself together, you know what is up and what is going on, but you're just going to have to be strong and kind of fend off this urge to sort of, like I said, kind of self-medicate, whether that involves, shopping for stuff you don't need, maybe drinking, whatever, going back to an ex, whatever it is. Part of you is like overly nurtured other people or whatever. You're emotionally just tired. Okay, you're just tired, and your intuition is telling you to. You know better. okay? But you do need to be really strong and rely on that strength that you have, that inner quiet. Like, you don't need to call up your ex and say, oh, I'm never going back with you, just so you know. Strength is about quiet and inner strength. It's just there, and it just does what it needs to do, but it doesn't have to be like proclaimed. That's what we're talking about here. You don't need to dabble in this to tell it that you don't want anything to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Just be strong. Be strong enough to care for yourself properly, and don't give anything any more attention than is necessary. Okay. Oh, forget this. Okay, so you have the Page of Wands to go with your High Priestess here, your crazy amount of intuition that you have. And the Page of Wands, pages bring messages, and you know what the message is for the Wands is to take action. So if you have not taken any action to care for yourself yet, in November you need to make a plan. Now, I'm not saying you have to go to a spa and spend $1 million, but maybe you need to take a Saturday off just to yourself, or one day during the week just for you. If you're home with kids or whatever, get a sitter for a couple hours. If it's a weekend and maybe you need a Sunday afternoon, maybe you just need some time alone. You want to journal or write or play with your cards or go shopping or get your toes done. I don't know, whatever it is. Take action, make that time, schedule that time for yourself, make it a priority, because it's really important for you to fuel yourself. Okay, I just feel like you are just spent, and enough is enough, and that's it. So please take that time, take that action, follow your intuition, because you really do know better. You know the best thing to do for you. Okay, and like I said, use that quiet strength. You don't need to proclaim it, just quietly go about your business, but go about the business of taking care of you this month. All right. Okay, Libra, I will talk to you soon.